All right, welcome to Tennis Sucks. We got Travis and Graham here.
Actually, we suck.
We suck. It's
Welcome
actually
to We
the theme of
Fucking
this
Suck.
episode.
We're dumb. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Before we talk about why we suck, did you guys have a nice Thanksgiving?
I had a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah?
I went to Ruth Chris. I got the turkey dinner, and Dion got the petite filet. It was fantastic.
Great. What about you, Graham?
Very
Did you?
relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he had a great Thanksgiving.
Had a good Thanksgiving.
What did you
The
eat
best.
on Thanksgiving Day? Did you eat
What did you eat on
Chinese
Thanksgiving?
food?
I actually don't even remember.
Says a lot.
I ordered food from somewhere.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you, honestly.
Okay.
Whatever was open at the time.
I saw him the day after. He was not fun. He was so silent, more silent than usual.
Really?
Yes.
Is that because you were sad that you didn't have a
No,
turkey dinner?
I don't think it had anything to do with
He doesn't- he
sad.
doesn't eat-
I don't
he
eat
doesn't
meat.
eat.
first
Yeah.
of all.
Well, I know, yeah.
No, it's probably, you know what it is? Like, you ever been where you're like quiet for a long time
Oh.
and then you're reintroduced into society and it's like, you know what I mean?
yes.
Hey, I do.
I do know
that
what you
feeling,
mean.
Like
yeah.
if you've been around no people for 24 hours, the next few hours are weird.
Yep, I agree. I know what that feels like. Yep.
Let's have one of those moments, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So should we just start with where we got everything wrong?
Yeah, I can list it. I have a
Oh,
list.
great. Thanks.
We got one thing right, though.
Yeah,
the
we got
most
one thing right.
important thing on the
The most
All right,
important,
should we
right?
start with what we got right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what did we get right, Graham?
JW's girlfriend.
Yes,
We're in
right.
love.
Do you remember her name? I forget already.
I have no clue.
No. Mrs. Flick Wizard.
Speaking of, Travis, I got a little surprise for the suckers on this episode.
The fuck are you doing? Oh, you got a Flick Wizard? Did you order this?
I did not order. They're not for sale. This is officially worn, hasn't been washed yet. From the finals. This is a championship.
Wow. And
Championship Flick Wizard
Hell yeah.
is it really?
Yeah.
Whoa. How'd you get it?
from the man himself.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Yes way.
Wow. Fuck Wizard sent it to you. I mean, Flick Wizard sent it to you.
Yeah. Flick Wizard sent it right over.
Unbelievable.
And I thought, what better thing to do than to give it to one of the fans, one of the suckers out there.
Hey, got to give it to a sucker.
So we'll post, right? We're going to post on Tennis
Although-
Sucks Pod Instagram and give this to one very lucky fan.
Yeah.
But again, after how bad we were last week, I don't know if anyone's going to listen ever again.
Yeah.
We have this like somewhat reputation of keeping shit real and telling the truth, doing our due diligence, and then we're wrong.
It's
wrong
not
again.
our fault. We're not getting all the information like we're supposed to.
I was wrong. The Tyra one was my fault.
Okay, so let's start with that. We had a clarification from Courtney, our favorite ref. Shout out to Courtney. You always keep us in check. She said that I just want to clarify that when Tyra didn't return the serve due to spectator noise, spectators can't cause a hinder. So players are expected to play through crowd noise whenever it occurs. So the Fives won the rally since Tyra didn't return the ball.
Which is how it should be. I was
Right.
under the pretense that someone in the crowd for the specific team could harm the team by saying something. Now, obviously, there's a line. If someone in the crowd is like, "Hey, you fucking suck,"
Right.
as happened prior, they will warn you. But I had it wrong. They're doing it right. The crowd should be able to make as much noise as they want, and fucking let it
Right.
ride.
Within reason, though, because that was also we were talking about. It's like, I suppose that MLP doesn't want crowds to necessarily start trying to hinder people. Because, I mean, regardless if it's not a hindrance from a point standpoint, it still could fuck you up, like
I
as a
like
player.
that though.
They could throw that person out of the stands.
Well,
if
did you
stuff
see
like that started
the
happening.
football game yesterday and the Bills game? The guy tried to throw the snowball at the field goal
Right,
going
yes.
through. Like, that's fucking great.
That's awesome.
Now, that might be a little far.
How close was he?
A foot and a half.
Wow.
He got there.
Yeah.
He was pretty fucking
Yeah.
close.
That's
Could you
awesome.
imagine? Because he hits it and just deflected.
That'd be
That
amazing.
would be
Unbelievable.
incredible.
I'd watch football, stuff like that happen.
Yeah. Amazing.
Big sports guy, huh? Don't get me started
I'm
on
a
it,
big
Graham.
Baker fan, by the way, now.
Graham, how many downs have you watched? Have you watched like even a half of football this year?
Does it count if you're watching like the live update in words where it says
No.
the Bucks just, I haven't watched a single down
There
this
you
year.
But you're a big Baker fan. Why are you a Baker fan then?
Because
Oh, this should
let's
be good.
fucking bake. Because
you like that?
he's got the most touchdowns in the NFL right now this season.
Wow.
25. Pretty
God,
nasty.
You're a fucking nerd, man. You're such a fucking nerd. What a sports nut, huh?
And he had a huge comeback yesterday. You didn't see that?
I did against Carolina, but I had the spread at 6.5 and they did not cover. So in my mind, they lost.
Oh, gotcha.
It's okay. It happens.
Yeah, and so now they're top of the division as well.
Yeah, great. I like that. I do have them making the playoffs at plus 150.
And
So-
Michael Evans is back, had a huge game. So
Also
you know,
good.
the Bucks just getting stronger.
Nice.
And of course, Josh Allen, probably the MVP of the year. went.
I hear a lot about that guy.
Well, who's he play for?
The Buffalo.
Buffalo Bills, right?
I only know that because of last night.
Okay. All right. Anyway, moving on. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So next thing that we got wrong last week was a little bit of clarification on the roll down courts at the MLP finals. Graham, you said it was pickle roll, but in fact it wasn't. Is that right?
No, it's the courts. It's the rollout courts that PPA uses. I wish I knew their name offhand. I should. Leanne let me know, but whatever the PPA rollout courts are, X-Press, something like that. But same difference.
Yep.
We're putting
Right.
rollout courts on good finished courts. They're saying is they didn't have enough time to refinish the courts. I guess my next question would be is why do we need to refinish the courts? Is there a specific color we're after with MLP? Is it because we couldn't spray a sponsor on the court? But I'm almost certain those courts at USTA tennis facility there are in great condition. They're only a couple years old.
Yeah.
I don't know why they need to be refinished.
It
So
is
that
odd.
part's confusing.
Yeah.
But that was the take is they had to put down rollouts because they didn't have time to repaint the courts in time for this
Right.
competition.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what that is. I would like to know what the clarification is there. If it has to do with painting on a sponsor or what. I don't get it.
Yeah, you got beautiful finished courts that play true. Play on those.
Was there a sponsor on the courts? I can't remember.
Were there sponsors on the rollout courts?
I didn't see any, no.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm ordering food for Rowan. I apologize. I have to do it or else I'll get yelled at.
Okay, next thing was that we got some clarification on players being dropped from teams. And so do you want to explain what the actual
for next year.
for next year? Yeah.
Yeah. So on MLP, we were discussing how, like, who's going to drop who, and we didn't realize the rule, which we should. We now know is the only players you can keep are the players that were originally drafted. So the original 88 that were drafted in the beginning of the season, those are the only players that can stay on a team, and the only way they can stay on a team is if they were on that team at the end of the season.
Right.
So a good example of that would be Andrea Coop, or here's a better one. Tammy
Emmerich?
Emmerich.
Yeah, that's the one that's interesting.
She was obviously originally drafted by us,
Mhm.
right? So she's one of the original 88, but then we dropped her,
Mhm.
but she was picked up on waiver that same day, but she can stay on the Frisco Pandas, the team that she finished the season with,
Right.
because she was one of the original 88.
Right.
So as long as you were one of the original 88 and you're on a team at the end of the season, you can stay on that team, up to 3 players total.
This is heartbreaking for me.
So that means Donald Young, we have to
Heartbreaking.
drop. That means Krista Gacheva,
We have
like
to.
we knew before,
We got to pick up DY. We have to.
we got to drop. And it also means Kwang Dong has to be dropped. He was picked up on waivers, was not one of the original 88. It's going to affect quite a few players.
Yeah.
But it's also frustrating for us because it would have changed our strategy throughout the year on how we picked up players.
Sure.
We would have been much more aggressive with trades for
Right.
players
Sure.
rather than picking up off the waiver.
Waiver, yeah. Right.
And
So
they're
the
trying to claim that we should have known this. We didn't. We weren't told this that we know of. And so for us, it's frustrating because
Well, the thing is, like, I mean, it's possible that it's in an email, but I kid you not, like, I get 465 emails. To the idea that I'm going to read through every simple rule and this isn't more clarified, that's challenging. Like, fuck.
Mm.
So like picking up Pablo and Andrea Coop on trade is great because now they get to keep both those premier
Right.
players on their challenger team.
Right.
That's going to be a tough team to beat next year.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough. I mean, it would. So is your conspiracy that this was done to make one team better than the rest for next year?
No, there's no conspiracy. It's just convenient for people like the current commissioner of MLP to know that rule in the back of his head, be doing trades and never pick up any off of waivers, and therefore has a
Got
better
it.
team next
But
year.
I don't think he was aware he was going to become
No, he
commissioner.
wasn't aware, but
I
he was
mean,
aware of the rule in his head, which
Sure.
we weren't.
Right. Have you spoken to any other teams that are surprised by this, or who
Oh,
else
yeah.
is okay?
Yeah, I know the Atlanta Bouncers are very shocked by it.
Okay. So who do they have to drop?
Do you know how it's affecting them?
Susanna Barr.
Susanna Barr,
Mm-hmm. Wow.
which we kind of knew that because Susanna Barr was picked up middle of the season.
Mm-hmm.
There's someone else. Who else?
Like,
did
why
they-
would we know that if it's different than if we didn't know Donald? Same thing.
Yeah, same. That's
So you're
true.
saying you kind of knew Susanna. Why would we know that? It's the exact same premise. So
Because Susanna Barr is a little different than Donald.
why?
Donald,
Because she was APP?
correct.
Okay, so
She
you're
didn't have an MLP contract.
Right. So that made more sense to me. If
See,
you,
I
if you
thought
had a
it was to be-
PPA contract,
That's what I thought.
Right.
If you had an MLP contract to start the year, then you were eligible to be on a team for
Got
however
it,
long you
got
want.
it,
But
got
if
it,
you
got it.
weren't, you signed a 1-year
Right,
contract
right.
and therefore you had to let go of them. That's
Yeah.
what my understanding was.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing to know because there's people that play. It's a hard thing to know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Interesting. So you're down to 2.
We're down to 2 players.
Yeah.
And we kind of want to trade one of them.
Me?
No, I'm playing.
Damn.
Amazing.
Gotta get that game right. Gotta get that game right.
Yeah.
He showed up in the season right at the last match
Just when it
to
mattered.
solidify his spot on the team. Got that big win over Miami,
Yeah, there you go.
the champs.
Yeah, we just have to make sure that every game there's people heckling him.
That is actually
To
that's
fire
very.
him
Yeah,
up.
it's a
I'm
really good
gonna
one.
hire some gangsters in every city to follow Travis around.
You ever
You
want to
left
see me
before-
play terrible? Tell me how good I'm playing.
Yeah,
You left before that match, didn't
I
you?
did. Yeah,
Yeah, Ruben did too. That was the real
That
problem.
was a match, man.
that's so funny.
I was looking for security to get to the parking lot.
Yeah, we got hyphy. Give me my money.
So I think that that's the end of the incorrections that we had. So one thing that is news, we found out Annalie and Leah playing the US Open.
That is awesome.
I just
big
read
news.
that.
Really
Yeah,
happy.
Big news for
and
USA Pickleball.
It's good for pickleball in general. But yeah, Graham, you're probably more in tune. Go ahead.
I'm not in tune. I just know that that's gonna,
They've always liked nationals, right? US Open, I mean?
US
They've always
Open.
liked the US Open.
yeah, because they win it, and there's always been big crowds. But we get those same big crowds now at all events. But yeah, they love it. It's kind of
yeah.
like in their hometown. It's the birthplace of pickleball. It's a huge event, and that's gonna revitalize the U.S. Open, in my opinion. Because not that it was dying on the pro side. The amateur side, it was still very
Right.
popular, a big deal. Takes
Yeah.
almost 2 weeks. Thousands of people play it.
Yeah.
But on the pro side, people weren't as excited to go as spectators, which is kind of important for ticket sales and getting
Yeah.
spectators out there. And just those 2 women playing again is going to get like even me to go watch
Right.
because you don't get to see the mom-daughter play anymore.
Right.
And more than likely, they're the favorites to win
It's a
it,
good combo.
which is wild and fun.
Yeah. I like it. I think they should maybe add like a sibling or family category to the US Open. That would be kind of funny.
Well, those teams, I mean, you know who's going to win.
Yeah, you know who to win.
It's the
You think that
Johnsons and mixed.
Jackie and Jade could beat Annalie and Lee?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
But I don't think they'd beat them every time. I do think they'd lose periodically. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure Lee is playing still all the fucking time, and she's very good.
Yeah. True. All right. So this week, 2 days from now, we've got the beginnings of the PPA Finals. So there's some interesting decisions that have been made. This event, obviously, people had to earn their way by getting to the top of the leaderboard in terms of points that they won, and then there was a certain cutoff on that ranking in terms of which bracket you got to play. But the interesting thing about the doubles matches or the doubles teams is that the players got to go down the line and pick who they wanted to play with. And so there were some interesting decisions made by some of those players, maybe some surprises. And so I figured that maybe we could go through, talk about those choices and see who you think might win out of those brackets.
Beautiful. And Travis, what was your ranking? Were you close?
No, I don't think I was.
Really?
I was. My year was terrible, Graham.
You had to have been in the
Terrible.
top 25.
He was 26 in mixed.
Yeah, that's okay.
What about men's?
I can't remember men's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, forget.
It was probably around the same.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good year.
All right. So for men's singles, in each bracket, there's 2 pools. So for men's singles, ATP pool, we've got Fetty, Hunter Johnson, Dylan, and Jaume.
I mean, Federico all day.
I'm taking Hunter.
Hunter over Federico in
He
the
just
finals?
beat him in the finals, Milwaukee. I mean, I think Hunter's been playing, as well as anyone. The second half of the year, he won the Atlanta Grand Slam. And I think Federico's better day in, day out, but I think Hunter's highest level is better because he's a little bit more risky, kind of a little more flash in his game. I'll take Hunter to have a day, but yeah.
All right. Stick
Okay.
with Federico.
Okay.
There for sure.
And then in the second pool, the Ernie pool, we've got Ben, Connor Garnett, Kwong, and Tyson.
It's Ben.
Ben.
They really named them these funny names like ATP and
It's
Ernie
called
pool.
everyone's at ATP in the Ernie pool. Yeah. I don't know why they did that.
The pools have funny names like Ernie or ATP.
Oh, okay.
It's not pool
It's
1
the
and 2.
Ernie pool.
I don't know why they did that. Yeah. So
Okay.
you think Ben's going to come out of that instead of Kwong? Maybe because
I
of the
do,
knee
yeah.
injury?
Yeah, and I mean, I think Ben's always played extremely well in California, generally.
That is his favorite venue.
favorite venue, and he tends to get up for the bigger events a bit more. So
Okay.
yeah, I'll take him.
I'll go with Kwong.
Okay,
Just
to be different. Yep.
Yeah.
So Travis has got a final of Fetty versus Ben, and
I got Hunter
Hunter
versus Ben.
versus Ben, and then you've got a Fetty versus Kwong.
Versus Kwong.
Okay, interesting. And then for women's singles, ATP pool, we've got Anna Lee, Kate Fahey, Salome Davidze, and Paris Todd.
What's the pool name? That helps
That
me
one's
make my
ATP.
decision. Oh, and the ATP pool. I'm going to go with Anna Lee on that.
Yeah,
Yeah, just a hunch.
yeah, just a hunch.
Has she lost? Yeah, she lost once this year at 2 a.m. against Salome Davidze. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's cool that Kate even qualified at this point, coming in
crazy.
like in the last few months of the year, and here she
But
is.
she
It's
what? She
wild.
had five gold. Was it 5 medals or 5 finals or I don't know, but
Insane.
very impressive stats, no matter what it was.
Second pool, we got Brooke Buckner, Catherine Parenzo, Caitlin Christian, and Mary Brasher.
So no Zoe Wang in there, huh?
No Zoe Wang, and then Leia qualified but pulled out for health reasons.
Interesting. Did Zoe pull out too?
No, she didn't. She didn't
Whoa.
make the thing.
God damn, because I was gonna take her as like my dark horse.
Whoa. You could take Buckner.
So tell me the 4 again, please.
We got Brooke, Catherine, Caitlin, and Mary.
Brooke, Cat.
I'm going with
I'll go
Catherine.
I'll go Buckner.
Buckner.
I'm going Prento all day.
Okay.
CP back.
All right, but I assume
She
that
playing
both
with
of
Viola?
you.
I don't think so.
No, she's not. So yeah, we'll take Buckner. What are you doing? Are you dumb? I make the worst picks.
Hey, time will tell.
That's too
We're
funny.
keeping tally. It's on record.
All right, and then let's go to mixed for ATP pool. Anna picked Ben, no surprise. Catherine picked Olshan.
No surprise.
Dizon was a stand-in for Etta Wright, I think, and she is playing with Ignatovic. And then we got Rachel and Fetty.
Okay, well, that's a lock on Ben and Annalie.
Yep. And then Ernie pool mixed that we got Anna picking Gabe. Georgia picked JW. Tina, picked Deckel. And then Jesse picks Riley Newman.
I'll go Anna Gabe. I mean, Georgia and JW is not a bad secondary, but I just think, yeah,
I'm going Georgia and JW.
Good.
The Flick Wizards back.
Make sure you chart this who we have here. Not that I won't remember, but it's possible. And I do love when Graham's going to probably go over here. Like,
There's no way.
well, but I'm saying against the bets that I have.
I bet I'll have more wins than you.
There we go. What are we betting?
I already can tell by your picks.
What
I'm
are
gonna
we
have more than
betting?
you.
Hundo?
Hundo.
Okay, Hundo.
All right, $100. I'll put all these up in a graphic and put them on Instagram so we've got a reference point.
Appreciate that.
And the fans are agreeing with me right now too. I can tell.
I think,
Yeah, right.
I think that Luke will probably have this done quickly too. By the
Give me
time the
100 if
tournament
I can get
starts,
this
I
out.
believe.
If I get this out tomorrow, give me $100.
Extra Hundo?
Yeah,
Fair enough.
that's funny. All right, so then I assume you're both expecting to see we're expecting to see a Anna Lee Ben final with either Anna and Gabe or Georgia and JW.
Correct.
Interesting. And then presumably you both agree that Anna and Ben are going to take that.
Correct.
Yes,
Did you see JW and Georgia training?
I did.
Some pretty intense training.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, he was
I
moving.
didn't see Gabe in the gym.
Intense.
He doesn't need to be. You think it's going to make his like weirdness more, No, he's what are you talking about? We literally saw the guy Bert from the midline
And they're
at
coming
one
off
point.
a big MLP victory against some of those exact players.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
All right, so we move
Not
on to
relevant at
women's
all.
doubles. For first pool, we got Anna Lee and Catherine, Mary Brasher and Megan Dizon, Georgia Johnson and Lacey Schneeman,
Interesting.
and Tina Pisnik and Paris Todd.
Yep. Anna Lee and Catherine.
Yeah.
It's a route.
Right. So I think like one thing that we wanted to clarify, it was a surprise to see that Georgia had picked Lacey,
You were really worried about this. This has been
But-
on your mind for a couple days now.
Yes, because it would. They've only. I don't know if they've ever played together.
Georgia and Lacey Schneeman.
I don't think they've ever played together, but they're both super high risk and could get hot for sure.
Right. So the only reason I said that is because Mari made the bracket, and that would have been a safer bet for Georgia to go with. But I guess the answer is that because Mari didn't necessarily qualify from the get-go, Georgia wasn't able to pick her when
I think
they
it was
went
kind of,
down.
yeah, maybe she had already committed to Lacey by the time she knew Mari was available. Is maybe
Right.
one of them.
Right. And then quite a few people pulled out of this pool. Etta pulled out, Leia pulled out, Jackie and Jade pulled out, Vivian also pulled out.
Wow. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I
Yeah.
wonder why.
I don't know. Do
I
you have
think
any
it's the contract
speculations?
thing again.
Contracts?
Don't you?
I mean, my wonder why was kind of like, I wonder why. But yeah, I mean,
All right, let me ask you this.
I don't know.
If you made the finals,
Yeah.
but you were done with your contractual obligation for the year, would you go to finals and play?
am I getting paid?
No.
No, I'm not going.
Really?
No chance.
Wow.
I can just wait. Hold on. I can stay here with my daughter for the holidays, or I can fly across the country and play the same game that I played for 25 weeks this year.
Right.
I know,
I'm
but it's
gonna
the
stay here.
finals.
Yeah, but
Is there extra money on the
there's
line
no-
in the finals?
I
I
don't
actually
know.
have no idea. I mean, they
I don't
haven't
know. I
talked
think
about
there's
it.
some bonuses or something, but maybe the bonuses weren't enough for those
What's
people
the
to
amount?
justify.
What's the amount to get you to show up to the finals outside of your contractual obligation? What do I got to pay you to play some finals pickleball? That
You
everyone
or
would-
someone I like?
no, for you
I'm
to
kidding.
play.
No, I'm kidding, Graham. It was like, how would you have
What
to pay
if
me?
Ben asked you to play? Still not going.
No.
Wow, can't believe that.
I mean, it's his job, you know? I don't know.
I know. I just hate that. Not that I hate what he's saying. I hate the fact that it's come to this.
Yeah, but
Oh,
that
we're-
wasn't obvious. That we look. We always
I
said
know.
this.
It just bothers me so much.
I don't disagree with you. And I would like to say, but you know, we're not in an eat what you kill environment.
yeah.
It is what it is. And like, if you told me like, hey, you could play 5 less weeks, and I didn't feel like I'd missed so much time at home. If I was a single dude, you know, like a perpetual Peter Pan, then yeah, I would probably go.
Yeah.
But
Did
it's not
any
the
of
way.
the guys pull out, or is it just women?
Hold on. No.
And my next question is, did the women get the better contracts? I'd like to do
knows?
some research on this.
Yeah.
Do they have less obligation and making more
Yeah,
money?
honestly, I have no idea. It would be interesting to know, but
Wouldn't it?
hopefully for all of them, it's not just health concerns, but it kind of goes to another point. If all of them are playing 25 events, it's not a sustainable option. You know, people are going to burn out, get injured, get sick, whatever it may be. So that might have something to do with it as well.
All right. So let's see. In that bracket, you both agree, Annalie and Catherine?
Yes.
Okay. Second bracket, the Ernie pool. Anna Bright and Rachel. Tyra and Elise. Callie Smith, Lucy Kovalova. Mari Humberg, and Jessie Irvine.
I'm going with the girlies for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who a second option would be, but yeah, it's obviously Rachel and Anna. But who would be option number 2?
Tyra and Elise.
Yeah, probably. They've been playing great.
Yeah. They've been playing well together. Callie and Lucy back together after a big break.
They're playing better.
Yeah.
I think they've been playing better the last part of this year than they have the last year and a
Yeah.
half.
I haven't noticed, to be honest.
Really?
No, I've been much more like focused on Rachel and Anna, and Tyra and Elise. Like they've been the teams that I've been watching. Obviously, of course, outside of Annalie and Catherine, and then
I thought Callie is playing pretty well his last couple months.
yeah, I think she is. I think that's right.
So let's see. Men's doubles. I will clarify. I remember Thomas Wilson did qualify, but he is obviously not
Wow, he
playing
qualified and not
Yeah.
even playing the last half of the year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is
in what
crazy.
mixed?
in men's doubles,
Oh,
I
wow.
think.
Whoa.
Wow.
I'm pretty
Damn.
sure actually it could have been mixed. Now
I think
that I
it's,
say
I think
that.
it's mixed because he was crushing in mixed
Yeah, yeah,
early. Now,
yeah.
he played well in men's as well, but mixed he was on
Yeah,
point.
I'd hazard a guess it was mixed. Yeah.
And none of these points, this is all just PPA finals. This had nothing to do with any MLP standings,
Just-
correct?
No. All PPAs.
Just
No
PPA.
Julian Arnold and no
Nope.
Oh.
Julian Arnold in mixed was around like 17, I think, 18.
close.
and Lauren.
Lauren, I can't remember where she was at. Yeah. So for the ATP pool for men's doubles, we've got Ben and Colin, JW picked Gabe Tardio.
Love that.
That's his new partner apparently for next year,
That's
right?
what we keep hearing. I I'm speculating in the rumor mill.
Well, it's his
So-
new partner right now.
It's his
so
new
we
partner
don't have
right
to
now.
speculate
I
anymore.
believe they're playing together. I would be surprised if they weren't. That makes sense. A lot of sense to me.
Yeah. Wild. So yeah, he's picked up Gabe, and then Deco picked up Alshon, and then Newman picked up Jaume.
Those are some fun teams.
Yeah, some really good teams.
So
So
Newman's
top pick
split-
for me is Gabe and J-Dub, and then I'll go Newman and who was Newman with? Say it again. Jaume. Yeah, I'll go with that as my second pick.
I'm going to stick with the Johns brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think they're gonna turn it up
I
for the
just
finals.
don't know that JW and Gabe are going to be there yet.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Oh, don't go
I just want to see
changing
new
your,
blood.
don't go changing your pick.
Well, no, I mean, look, yours is the safer bet. I just want to see new blood. So
Okay.
I want to see teams that haven't really played together much have success.
Is it the safer bet or am I making the better picks?
You're making a better pick. I'm literally taking, like, if it's Vegas right now, you're at minus 175 and I'm at plus 250. So
now we're
like,
doing
yeah,
odds.
so
I'm trying to pick the
sorry.
winner. You're trying to pick the odds.
For part of our gambling
Yeah, yeah.
$100 bet, I'll take the
Alright.
Johns brothers. But I feel like we should have to take a second one for this bet
Okay,
to
who's our
make it through.
second team?
My second is J-Dub and Gabe.
Okay, who are my other options beside those two teams?
You've got Declan Christian and Riley Newman and Jaume.
I'll go Newman and Jaume.
They have
That's
played
mine.
together.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you
they
just
played
picked,
one.
I thought you said Gabe and
But oh yeah, I did. Fuck.
wow.
Sorry, man. I'm distracted. I'm like you right now. Mine's justified though. I got some really fucking bad news. All right.
Oh man. All right. So you both pick Colin, the Johns brothers to win, but you're differing on the second choice there. Okay. But that's the runner up. All right. So for the Ernie pool, we've got Dylan Frazier. He picked up Tellez. And then Stack Screwed picked Patrick Quinn. McGuffin picked Daescu. And Matt Wright picked Ignatowicz.
I mean, it's Patrick and Staxford for sure on my
Agreed.
end.
Same.
Okay. Easy choice then. And what about you? What would you say for second place on that one?
Let me hear that. I don't
You
need
got Frazier and Tellez,
no.
Daescu and McGuffin, and Matt Wright and Ignatowicz.
Oh. That's an easy one for Patrick and it feels like.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with my one.
Me too. I don't
Okay.
want to pick a second.
All right. So you're expecting we got a Johns and Stack Screwed Patrick Quinn final.
Yes.
Yes. That seems
Doable, you think, for Patrick Quinn in that situation?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They can win that
I
one.
actually think that Patrick Quinn and Staxford are more likely to make the final given the pools than the Johns.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree with that statement.
It's a much tougher pool.
Yeah,
The Johns got a tougher pool, which is rare.
that's true.
What's
Well,
going on with
they were
The PPA is turning on the Johns. What's going on here?
No comment.
kind of wild. There goes our favoritism in the PPA storyline that we were running for a while.
I don't deal in rumor. I'm already in trouble for that.
Oh man. Well, hopefully you can get some predictions right. We're pretty bad at these predictions, honestly.
No, we'll be good at these.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see. Next week we'll check in.
I like that confidence, Graham.
Predicting MLP teams is much more difficult,
It
which is
is
why it's
much
more
more
fun to watch.
Yeah. Fair
Another
point.
argument for MLP.
Fair point. All right. Well, there's predictions. I also heard that you were doing some paddle testing this week, Graham.
Oh, yeah.
What were you doing?
I got machines. Travis, you'll love this. Twist weight machine, swing weight machine, and balance point. And so I was just playing with all of my paddles.
Okay.
All sorts of, like moving the tape around. What's that person who does that with paddles and has like a big chart of them? Like that pickleball effect?
Oh,
Or
Pickleball Effects does. Pickleball Studio.
Pickleball Studio.
Those they both do.
I basically was starting to do that with paddles
Okay.
and then moving the weights around to see how it changed the swing weight,
Yeah.
and change the twist weight. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to see how you can get the twist weights really high, but not bring the swing weights up all that much.
Mm.
So you're getting a lot more stable paddle with not adding a ton of weight
Interesting.
onto the, basically the head of the paddle.
That would be good to know.
Is that something you think about, Travis, with your paddles, or do you just care about how it feels?
No, I care about how it feels, but generally speaking, how it feels will translate to what those numbers are.
And so what will be helpful for Travis, which I'm going to do for him now if he wants me to, is if he has a paddle that he loves the feel of, I can in essence take almost any other paddle and mimic that feel. I won't be able to mimic the way the ball comes off, but I'll be able to mimic
Right.
the weight and
way it
how
swings.
it swings through.
That's
I mean,
It's
interesting.
pretty neat.
You're definitely going to have a client with, and there's a couple guys that are trying to get into this right now that we're also in the tennis world. Donald's crazy about it, like fucking cuckoo crazy. And a lot of tennis guys are that way and have, a feel that's honestly, it's like too much. We would have rackets where 355 grams and they would send us one 353 and we could be like, hey, this one's off. And
This is swing
unfortunately,
weights. Is that swing weights?
no, it'd be static weight.
Static weights.
But yeah, but like that's with the same swing weight and the static weight is there, but we could always tell if the weight was moved up or down. That was easy. But it was when the static weight was comparable and swing weight was the same. And then we could say, hey, this is off by 2 grams. This is off by, generally my point is like you could feel it. And, we would tell people like, we can feel 2 grams. No, you can't. It's less than 1%. No, I swear I can feel it.
Wow.
But it does make a big difference and it hasn't been done really in pickleball yet to that extent. So it'll be interesting to see, to have the same paddle, to have you feel like you pull it out of the bag and it swings the same because it makes a big difference.
Donald, I'll do your paddles for you. That'd be fun.
Well, this was your new business idea, Graham, right?
No.
Our latest one?
I think this is a business idea. They do it in the tennis tour.
Big,
Right?
big,
They have-
big money in the tennis
They have
tour.
guys
like
that come
fucking
in
huge money.
to all the tournaments
And
and then
honestly,
do all the rackets for the
Like,
players.
it's tough because it might even be a bigger business in pickleball because the paddles don't last.
do it more often.
Well, yeah, I mean, you would for the problem is like the rec player can go to the large tennis manufacturers that do this, like I shouldn't say manufacturers, but businesses that do customization, like Bosworth or P1 and Craig Brotman, and then they had that racket for 5 years. In this, fucking the racket doesn't last, so I don't know how many rec people would do it. And look, their rates are very, very high for that kind of customization. But pros who really want that 1%, 2% edge, they'll do it.
Right.
Oh, rec players would do it for sure. Anyone 4.0 above, just getting their 3 paddles identical, I think would. If it
Depends on
wasn't
the price, though, Graham.
yeah.
I mean,
price,
like,
based on
so the
price.
best guys in tennis are like $300 a racket.
No one's going to pay that, but I think for $50 a paddle, I could see a lot of people doing it. And that could be a business, but no, not a business I'm getting into. But
Yeah.
I think that'd be a fun little business.
Yeah.
Travel
Yeah.
around the tour. Yeah. Customizing
down with it.
paddles for people. Be neat.
Yeah. Like a pimp your paddle.
Maybe I'll do it for like one event, like a big event next year. I'll bring all my equipment and I'll come do it.
I'll do it with you. We can go.
All right, let's do it.
Set up
I-
a
All right.
little
Yeah,
vendor thing and just,
Yeah.
hey, we'll do your paddles really quick.
Okay. I like it.
Someone will probably steal that idea before we get to it, but we'll do it for next
I'll
year.
bleep this
Well,
whole
let's
segment
make
out.
an
Nobody's
event.
gonna do it for
We'll do
free, so
Atlanta.
you can't lose this because no one's gonna do it for free.
Oh,
You'll show up
right.
and do it for free.
Yeah, we'll do it for free.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. At a PPA or MLP event?
MLP. 'cause
Okay.
That's our baby. And I'm thinking Atlanta.
Okay.
Oh, if we're in Atlanta, I don't even know. We find out like next week where we are.
I like it. I mean, I think people would be interested just to like put their paddles in and
Let's
see
do
what
one
happens.
PPA and one MLP.
Okay. All right. Take the show on the road. All right. That's it. That's how we did the
The
predictions.
rumor mill.
Oh, we have another rumor mill?
The rumor clip.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, go ahead.
From
Oh.
I don't know.
From the dink.
You know.
From the dink.
Oh, you can't say it because
What?
you're on the
No,
inside.
he doesn't even remember what we're talking about. He's
I don't
literally,
remember.
his brain slipped. You
I
noticed
got
that
brain rot.
earlier? I
got
noticed it
brain
for the last
rot.
20 minutes. He's not had it. It completely left.
All right, I'm going to take your guys' phones away during these
What do you
podcasts.
mean?
I don't know what's going on.
That's where all
You
my
guys
notes
are
are.
great.
We
You
deal
think
with
we
this
get
with you
better
every
about it?
fucking week.
Getting illicit pics or something? What's happening over here?
God, I wish I was that lucky right now.
All right, so I just saw it got released by the Dink podcast that Connor Pardo
Oh, right.
said that Travis and other people, he did say Travis and other people, but he only mentioned your name, started a rumor
Mhm.
that the PPA MLP merger is still not settled and that we're still in a fight, right?
No,
Yeah.
I said they were like combative. They're against each other. That they like had, we're on the same team essentially.
Right.
But
mean-
that's not what I said.
I think Connor made a pretty valid point that at the point that the merger was happening, it was so touch and go that they couldn't even set budgets
Totally
for
agree.
it.
And so what I said is like, that was not my opinion, that they're combating one another. My opinion was when the merger happened, there were a lot of moving pieces and it was very difficult to make a good product for this year, which I think showed the product wasn't nearly as good as it was. And the question is, which I think is a reasonable question, is considering that the PPA has been their baby for so long, would MLP be as important or at the forefront of their brains in the same manner that the PPA events would be?
Mm.
And I think that's a fair speculation to say, well, which one do they prefer? Which one would they prefer to market to advertisers, sponsors, TV, whatever, and that's my concern. That's a genuine concern. I don't think it's like, whoa.
And in
like,
my
how
opinion,
dare you start this?
My opinion, they aren't treated the same this year. Hopefully next year it's different.
Right.
They separated the season. We keep talking about the same thing, but I think that most people, most owners and people that are involved would agree that the PPA gets a little better treatment when it comes to marketing, to sponsors, to, just overall crowd engagement than MLP does. And if you disagree with that, fine, disagree with it.
Fine.
It's just our opinion. Or my opinion, I'll say my opinion.
And my opinion is like, I've always been of the belief, and I hope maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I've always been of the belief that the two can't coexist forever. At some point, one needs to kind of really push forward, and the only way you ever know what viewers genuinely prefer is if you have a similar cadence of events, similar marketing. That's the only way. And so, obviously, I'm partial to MLP. MLP is basically the reason I got into pickleball. So I just want to see it have the opportunity to flourish at the same rate that PPA does. And I'm not saying anyone has bad intentions here or someone's trying to sabotage. That's not my thought process at all. I just wanted to have, a similar chance.
We've been saying the same thing for a year.
Yeah.
Right? We said this before the merge. We said it after the merge. And it's getting better, but there's some examples this year that we've talked about them on the pod.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously, the PPA showed up a lot better than MLP did.
Yeah.
But they're run by the same organization.
Yeah.
So why is that?
Yeah.
Why,
But the idea that it started the rumor kind of, I don't want to say it irritated me. It was like, I don't deal in that. I don't do that. It was like, have people talk to me? Have people also said similar things? Sure. Have we had a conversation in regards to MLP's standing? Sure. But to say that I'm, running a rumor saying that, they're against each other. No, I don't believe that for a minute.
Yeah.
We've got an engaged couple on the court playing against each
I
other
know,
right
that's
now.
nice. El Pickleball coach. EPC. Vamos, güey. Vamos. Just took it. You got a slide there. I know. She's going to be talking about that later.
Well, did we clear that up then? Oh, we just made a statement.
Just made a statement.
Just made a statement.
What's our statement?
We took issue with the we took issue with the rumor of the rumor.
I don't think we took issue. We just wanted to clarify. Probably. And look, like, I'm a fan of Connor. He's done an unbelievable job with the PPA over the last 5 years. Like the growth in it, you have to give him so much fucking credit. But, I reached out to him. I hope he'll call me because I wanted to clarify. Like, look, I'm not fucking saying that you guys are sabotaging this, but I have concerns.
Yeah.
That's it.
I guess next year is going to be the case to judge against.
Yeah, that's
the
primary case study. Like,
Right.
because if we get that, whatever the season long is and format's correct and we get a really good marketing plan going and
Right.
teams do a great job of building up their own fan bases, we'll find out a lot.
Yeah.
Good venues too. I know all the venues are cool.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm pumped.
So again, that completely contradicts what I apparently said, and I hope that they both flourish. I hope pickleball has a huge fucking year, and odds are it will because every year has been better on average.
That's why you have to go on PicklePod last, so you can be the last one to say all the stuff.
He didn't know what I said then, and honestly, I thought it was funny too because Zane, when he said it, Zane was like, "Travis said that." And if there's anyone I talk
do you
shit
think Zane
to,
was trying to like milk a little more out of him?
no,
like, get
he
more
actually
out of
wrote
the
me. He
story?
wrote me today. He's like, I had no idea if you did or you didn't. I had never heard. So like, if there's anyone I'm talking shit to, it's in pickleball, probably Zane. So I'm not talking to him. I'm not talking to anybody about it. It's not. He actually wrote me. He's like, "Hey, sorry if I got you in trouble there." It's like, no, you didn't get me in trouble. It's just it's a misconception. Whoever kind of stated that I started that rumor is not correct.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That's no big deal.
I mean, we're one of the forefront voices for MLP.
Well, we love it.
Yeah,
We just wanted to do well.
We got to use our platform for good. Instead,
I don't
making
know.
a
I
lot of
don't
bad
think we
calls.
do that. I don't
where
think we
the
use
fu-
our
I don't
platform
know.
for
What
good.
the fuck is that?
Maybe
No.
we should change our podcast name to Bad Calls.
Yeah, that's actually not bad.
Not a terrible name.
It's actually not a terrible name. It's much better than balls. That's the best Graham's come up with so far is balls.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? We just call it nutsack.
Yeah.
That doesn't have the same ring as balls.
Let's call it teabagging. It's fucking awesome. People will love it.
Oh my God. Damn. All right. On that note, I guess.
On that note,
Yeah.
have a great fucking day.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
pretty
and happy
cold in-
holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, are we going to do a pod next week? What date?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Nobody's
why
going
not?
anywhere. Graham's,
I don't even know.
Peter Pan, myself, you, no
Yeah.
raves. We're good.
All right. Cool. Excellent. All right. Well, we'll see you next week, guys. Thank you for listening.
Hug. Love.